Well, I'm delighted to be joined by Devise's first team manager, Chris Allen. Chris, a derby against Bradford Town, a game of two halves, 2-2 at the end of the day. Can you make some sense of that for me?
I'll try. First half was really cagey, really flat. I think it was a game of fine margins in the first half, without either side probably being at their best, I would imagine. They managed to get themselves in front really quickly, which obviously didn't help us. We switched off. I said at the start of the game, if you switch off for a second against these with the attacking players they've got, you know, it'd be in the back of your net. So we couldn't have got off to a worse start there, and it was something that we expected. We knew they'd start fast, and like I said, attacking players they've got in their side are always a real threat with their movement and their intelligence. Really clever players. So yeah, we knew it was going to be a difficult one to claw back after that, because we didn't really threaten in the first half. If I'm honest, I thought we played okay at times. We had a little spell, but didn't work Tomo in their goal anywhere near enough. And then in the second goal goes in. Obviously, it's from a set play again. It's one of those moments of fine margins that can either go for or against you in games like this. So 2-0 down at half time, obviously backs against the wall, and the way we played in the first half, we didn't really look like we would be able to recover from that. Saying that, I think considering the conditions, how difficult the pitch is at the moment with this time of year, the amount of games we've had on it, it obviously took a real beating against Cheddar a few weeks ago. It's a really bobbly pitch, so it doesn't suit us. It probably didn't suit them either. Second half we were absolutely exceptional, I thought. We completely changed the shape. We went for it. We threw every attacking player we had on the pitch, and to a man, I thought we were absolutely outstanding and fully deserved to the point. In my opinion, based on second half performance and the pure dominance of that second half, we deserved to win the game. And I'm sure they'll be honest enough to say that towards the end they're hanging on there.
Were you frustrated then that we didn't actually manage to get that third goal?
Yeah, it's a real difficult one when that happens. Obviously at half time, I would snap your hand off for a draw. They're a really good side, managed the game really well. I probably didn't expect us to play as well as we did in the second half, if I'm completely honest. I thought we were so good. I would say, not necessarily in terms of the football, because like I said, it's a difficult time of year to get the ball down and play. It's bobbly. I would say as a half of football, it's probably the best I've seen since I've been here, in my opinion. Just from sheer dominance against a really good side.
Obviously there was a bad injury to the Bradford goalkeeper, Sam Thompson. I think he's okay, which is important. Do you think that was the pivotal moment? Do you think that was the turning point in the game?
Well, firstly, I wish Tomo all the best. I played with Tomo at Caution. Really great guy. And obviously you don't like to see that. We've obviously seen a couple of bad ones in recent weeks from Hengrove and then today. So yeah, wish him all the best. Did it change it? Probably. I thought the way we started the second half, we were well on top, and we just needed one to fall for us. And it wouldn't quite fall, and it looked like it was going to be one of those really frustrating days. Look, when you have to put an outfield player in goal, of course it affects. Of course it will affect their performance. There's no doubt about that. But I've seen enough from the way we started the second half in that first 15 minutes to think that we could still get back in the game, regardless of who was in goal for them.
Another big crowd here. Bradford travelled in numbers. We expected that. It did have. It was a derby, but perhaps it sort of really came to life in the second half when we were chasing the game, and there was that all-important third goal. It was an interesting game to be part of, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's something that in the past we probably haven't been good enough at. We haven't been able to recover from being a goal or two down. I think the confidence that we'll take as a group from this one today will hopefully be massive. Look, we had a really strong squad today. You see that from the lads that have come on off the bench and made a difference for us at half time. I'm sure they were missing some players, but they're a really good side, a really big club at this level, and we're trying to bridge a gap to them in terms of size of the club, what we do on and off the pitch, and in terms of where we are in levels, we're still a long way behind that because we're only 18 months into the project. But I think anybody that was watching that game in the second half would know and accept that we're a really good team on our day.
Next up, Cadbury Heath at home, hopefully weather permitting, next weekend, and that's going to be another difficult test for us, isn't it? It's 7. We've got a week to prepare, but in terms of fitness levels, you talked about the pitch and the effect that that's having on the players, injuries as well. I mean, is this Christmas season starting to be attritional for us?
Yeah, I think it could be a lot worse for us, if I'm honest. I mean, if we maybe had 3 or 4 injuries and suspensions going into this period, then it would be slightly more tricky for us. As it stands at the moment, I've got everybody pretty much available. We've obviously lost Jacob Reeder recently to the Southern League, and we wish him all the best with his move. It has made us 1 player lighter, but I feel if we've got everybody fit and available, we've got more than enough to compete towards the top end of the division. Picked up a couple of suspensions today, which obviously isn't ideal, but as a whole, the squad's in a really good place. Got some really sore injured bodies in there at the moment, which we'll have to assess this week. I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 probably looking at the injuries they've picked up that will miss out next Saturday. But like I said, at the moment, we're able to cope if we've got 1 or 2 out, and the players coming in, as I said a minute ago, the players that are coming in off the bench have got a point to prove, and they certainly did that today.
Chris, as always, thank you very much for your time, and up the town.
No problem. Thanks, Ian. Cheers.